What's up? What's up? What's up? It is the bad Wizzle. Howling mad as always, guys. I want you guys to understand the power of this bit of information here. I've made a video on this once before, but I really want you guys to understand this. This is the Social Security Administration, the SSA. A lot of us might know some of this from the SS5 process. The POMS, Program Operations Manual, Systems, POMS. They're telling you what their process is here under RM 10212.001, defining the legal name for a social security number. If you do not understand how fire this video is, you have my full permission to exit stage left. Or maybe you came in here and I guess maybe we'll welcome you in, but sit in the back of the class. I need all my nerds up front. Revenge of the nerds. Nerds. Sorry. All right. So what is a legal name? If you haven't watched my other videos, you know that a legal name is different than a given name. And on some of their documents, they even tell you, what is your legal name? Essentially, what are you doing business as? How are you operating in our legal, maritime, admiralty, body politic, political, corporate jurisdiction on paper, sharing the same land and area as natural things geographically, but on paper, it's a different jurisdiction. Water jurisdiction, land jurisdiction, air jurisdiction, sky jurisdiction. For the record, officially said, I'm claiming for here an all of time immemorial ethereal jurisdiction. The legal name. The legal the legal name is separate and distinct from the given name or a private name. A legal name is of a legal person. A legal person is separate and distinct from a natural, living human being, flesh and blood. When you use a legal name, it is not actually you, even if it has the same spelling of your name, but the topography, which means what does it look like, is different. The all capitalized name, now on the federal level in the government, in basis with the Constitution, they do not operate this way. The states and these other lower municipalities and governmental agencies do. They are privately making you into a legal name, a legal person, and a member of them underneath the name or term U.S. citizen. We are all put together, all of the various statuses and standings, as citizens of the United States. But you have the right to be identified individually as a living person, as a national or a native, a state citizen. GPO Styles Manual, Section 5.23. So here, what is a legal name? For a Social Security Administration enumeration purpose, meaning the numeration, the numbering of things, and the process to transmute or translate to convert purposes. A legal name consists of the first name, the last name, because this is how businesses are operated and identified. Sometimes just one name. So here it says first name. So a name by itself can be looked at as a legal person, Nike. And meaning additionally, can have with it a last name or surname, servant name. Whom do you serve? The legal name is the name used to sign legal documents. So until you're 18, you can't sign a legal document. You're not of legal age to be in their jurisdiction. You don't know what you're doing, which then means anything that they contracted you into underneath the age of 18 should be null and void. However, because you've continued with it when you were in the minor account and you've never claimed the age of majority, you have essentially perfected the fraud and jurisdiction. You've just continued with it. You've never rebutted any of it. The middle name and suffix. We do not consider the middle name or suffix to be a part of the legal name. Why not? Because only living human beings have a middle name or a suffix. Which is why I will call myself Lord James Cashmere of the Lovett Nation or the Lovett tribe. Because the last name is not, it's not my surname. I don't serve any of them. I'm not their servant. But I'm a part of my nation and tribe, house, empire. Whether the middle name or suffix is included, omitted, or incorrectly shown, or evidentiary documents submitted with the SS5 application for Social Security number does not matter. They're saying here, we're going to ignore it. Both the middle name and suffix, even if not part of the legal name, by their definition, should be used to resolve situations. So they're saying, well, we will only identify that if we have a problem of identity. Like me and my father have the exact same name, except for the middle name is different, but they look almost spelled the same. So I sometimes will use C Lovett the second. They don't like that. They also don't like the word Lord or Sir or even the word Master, which is where the word Mister comes from, because no U.S. citizen can have a title of nobility. Given name and family name. Says here to translate given names. That means the given name must be then what? Not a legal name. Must mean then what? It's private or foreign to them. Why is it a given name? Because your mom or dad gave it to you. It's been given, a gift. That which they do not control or own. It wasn't made by them. So to gain control over you, they must enumerate it into a legal name. What's another name for that? To translate, convert the given names and family names. So what is your family name? Lovett. The nation of Lovett is my family name. Shown on documents submitted to the SSN for evidence to what? To just the first and last name. Go ahead and pull out your social security card and see if it doesn't just have your first and last name. I'll wait. Okay, you get the point. Oh, by all means, please, you want to argue with this? Go ahead. You tell me how this interprets different when they're telling you what they're doing. See, they're not all hiding it. So if the Social Security Administration, also per the FOIA request I did on my old SS5 application, completely shows in the old days where they said, what is your legal name and what is your given name? They separated them. Now they're adding them together. They're saying translate it into this, convert it. So that means ultimately the name on there is a what? translated name, enumerated name, it's a legal name. So then if the states are taking your legal name and having legal control over you, it's because they've created a new entity. The only way they can have control over you to bring you in is to give you an employee name and number. To number something is to numerate or enumeration. Given names, meaning private, name or names, full first name and middle name, either of which may have more than one part. So you can have more than one name. You want to call yourself Thaddeus Cuisinart, Bishop, uh, Morpheus, Charles, you can do it. Your family name, or what they consider as the last part of the name, the full, look at it. It doesn't say just the last one word name, it says the full last name. So you can have, so House of Charles, House of Lovett, or the surname, the servant name, serve the queen or whoever else, their name. Family name, family is another name for tribe. House, which may be more than one part, or a suffix, junior, senior, one, two, whatever.
Since a person's middle names or suffix is not considered part of the legal name by.
So if you use those pieces, you've reconverted your name to some degree in that moment or event from looked at as being legal. You're taking back your control over it. If you do not know how to take control over it, then you are looked at as a trustee or a minor in your minor account. You're not in the age of majority. You've never made the claim.
By SSA, a middle name.
And just saying this little part is not going to win you in court. You have to be able to use all of this and provide it to them properly. This is where the seminars and the courses will come into play. There's a lot of materials. I don't even know. It's probably gonna be like 4 or 5 hours. And it is going to have a price tag to it. It's not gonna break everybody, but you know, it's gonna be pricey. Not super horrible, but yeah. So it's worth it. If you want this. If not, you know, team up with somebody else and chip in to buy it. You know, but at some point in time, people will take my videos and they will, you know, decipher and deconstruct a lot of it and make their own versions and whatever else. So it'll be out there. So for now, yeah, the first people will get it, and you know they'll use it, and then eventually more of this will be known. But that's why I'm giving you guys pieces of all of it right now. But this isn't for everybody. This isn't for the U.S. citizen of that choice and caliber. But understand this: everybody who's listening to this is a national, is a state citizen, is in the a private citizen and a non-resident and a foreign national. But why don't they tell us about that at work? Why don't they have it on the documents? Because all the documents that you have are for U.S. citizens. So you convert it to be one of them as a right you have under 8 U.S.C. 1101-22B to be a part of the public and the commercial world. So yeah, they can't teach you about the private. You will never read anything that says they have jurisdiction over the private citizen. What did they tell Hunter Biden on the commercial on my clip, my short? What did they say? They cannot prosecute Hunter Biden on certain things because he is a private citizen. They've been leaking this information to you the whole time. But why don't they stand in there for you, Wolf? Why don't they protect us? Because you're not taking your problem being touched by Uncle Merv the perv to Big Mama. You're not taking it to the federal court or Supreme Court where they will stand up for you. Like many of my clients have already won their cases. 100,000 here, 1.5 there, 500,000, 300, 2.25 million. Some people have lost their jobs. They're not going to put that. They're not going to put their embarrassing things out there. They're just going to keep hiring new people to take the old person's place. What happened to Officer Bob? Well, Officer Bob retired. Officer Bob was let go. Officer Bob was is no longer employable. Why do you think you got that position? You think they're going to tell you why? What happened to him? No. But the older officers do. Who do you think I've learned some of this police stuff from? Now, some people out there are like, oh, those guys must be traitors because they're call them traitors or not. Maybe a traitor in your eyes as a problem and a virus to the society. But to real Americans, their first obligation and oath, they are patriots. Let's go.
Shown as part of the given name or a suffix shown as part of the family name can be omitted or entered in the middle name and suffix fields of the enumeration system. If the applicant has a given name with multiple parts and does not allege having a middle name, then the multiple parts should be entered as the first name.
So in other words, we're going to ignore your other parts, but your first name, or they may put them all together as just the first name.
Name. Different versions of the name, which are not the legal name, must be shown in the other name fields in the enumeration system following RM 10205.130.
So they do have a spot for you to put your other name because in that other field, this is your given name. Like I said, in my old FOIA request, which I think I already just filed, it literally says on there, legal name, then given name, because we were supposed to have two different ones to operate business. But this confused people. And then some people in the back were like, yeah, but if we let them be confused, we have more jurisdiction over them because then they'll be operating that legal name as if it's really them, and we can hold them to our corporate statutes, rules, and regulations. So, like I said, the system's not evil, but some of the freaking people in there who administrate it do. And unfortunately, they use some of the good people to comply with their evil agendas. So take your evil agenda and your ill-tempered bass and shove it up your. It's not right. Y'all supposed to be doing business the proper way, and you ain't. So I don't know if you guys understand how important, how powerful this piece can be towards some of your court cases, your federal cases, your whatever's, but you have to know what's going on if you're going to play the game. Problem is, I got some lawyers and attorneys and whoever else out there, officers, who don't understand this information because they're not taught this. So I thank all of you people in the various, even Cornell Law, the rest of you guys, who look at this because you can't argue with the evidence. Now you can try to interpret that all you want. You can twist anything you want, really, if you know, if you're good enough. But these are not my writings. I've never showed you guys on one video my writings and said this is fact, this is law. I've just been using the books, and you can argue these are my interpretations, and that's fine. Then you take the same information. Let's see how many people will agree with you over me. And you twist it to whatever your interpretation is of the same information. When literally it says translate the given name into the legal name. I don't. So even some of these these judges, lawful judges, so licensed, not bar card. Bar card is not a license. It's a membership to the British-based system of law. I mean, anyway, we'll leave that alone. I've read some court cases that should be overturned because that judge did not know the law. He knew a lot of it, but he's never seen this POMS manual. He's never seen UCC 1-201 section or letter H under definitions of conspicuous format. He's never read Black Law's dictionary under capitis dimitio maxima. He's never read the POMS manual that we just went over right here, where they talk about translating the name. See, because on the federal level, they don't do that. They represent America, and America does not operate in those legal names. So in order for that one person's case I read to win, they would have had to use all this information. Because the judge is good, he's very knowledgeable. But this is why those judges asked me to join them. It's because I see the deep, I see the, like Neo, I see the coding. And a lot of them see the coding too, but not all of it. Not the minutia of it. Like if there's a level 0, most of them know like a level 2 and on. Way more than I probably will, but it's okay. All I have to know is the level 0 and the level 1. And then that makes all the rest of it inconsequential. Don't you find it strange, Austin Powers, Mr. Powers, if I may call you that? That all the sorry, one bit. All right, guys, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy yourselves and each other, as long as there's permission and no one's underage. And that's about it. There you go. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you guys later.